So it is Wednesday, January 29th. Let's see, and yesterday, I actually been looking at NASDAQ, and I got in some trades on NASDAQ, and they didn't go too well. They were going well at first. I had my zones marked up. They did react off the zones nicely out of session. We were making highs coming into the session, so I got in. Let's see, I got in around 7:45 around this 2118 zone. Because of the way that it reacted off of the zone. So it was clearly a lot of buyers right here. I should have been expecting some sort of liquidity grab, but at the end of the day, it's building off my zone. It reacted off my zone. It gave me the reaction, the pullback, and the rejections that I wanted on the smaller time frame. So it was a good setup, and it was giving me what I wanted to see. Initially, I actually got in around 7:10, around the 21-140 area. Caught that little rally into the zone, but I didn't pay attention to us going into a 5-minute rejection zone. I didn't pay attention to us going into this. I was thinking it was just gonna rally off, especially going into 21-261, and it didn't want to do that at the time, so it reacted off of this zone, dropped tremendously, and then I even got in a couple sells, and yeah, I got in sales probably because I was just like, okay, like whatever, maybe it just wants to sell back down to a further zone, so let's hop in. It was still early in the sell, so I got in. It was going good, but it was just a liquidity grab, and it ended up grabbing the liquidity, tapping into a lower zone, not as low as I thought it was going to tap, but it did tap into this little zone here at 21,000, and then it rallied off of that zone. So definitely I should have just waited. As I saw that it was falling, I knew that we were still building up. I knew we were building off of the zone. I know we were above. We had already tapped into the highs. We were already back above 21,000 or 20,900. We were already back above that high, and we're building structure, making new highs off of this zone. So that's what I should have been paying attention to overall, and seeing that pullback. Really, I should have been waiting for that low to be made and confirmed, and then just waiting, because I be wanting to get in. Really, I be wanting to get in too early, and I be wanting to get in when the price is tapping into the zone instead of waiting for confirmation. So what I need to do is wait for confirmation. I could have waited for 2161 to be broken, and then it came back to that zone around 10 o'clock and start rejecting it, and then I could have just gotten those buys off of there. Like, I didn't have to get all the way, I didn't have to get the perfect entry. 21,000 would have been nice, but especially waiting for it to get back above the zone. And that's what I need to be better at as well, is marking up my zones, because they're pretty good. there'll be good zones, but then it's like also like it's not just always gonna automatically go to the zone that is marked up. It's not always gonna react off the zone that you think it's gonna react off of. And even if it does react, it might not always react the way you think it's going to react. So basically having backup zones is something that I need to do, and just marking up the proper zones where it's like the probability of it being a reaction off of this zone is higher, and understanding those probabilities and taking my trades based on how the candles close at the zone, and basically taking my take profits at other zones. So getting in at a zone, taking my take profit at a zone, and basically doing it like that. This is my chart. This was the 4-hour zone that it had tapped into. I put a 4-hour zone because of this explosive buying off of this zone, and it had automatically came back into here, right, and then reacted hugely off of it. And then we started building up. So this is where I was getting in at originally. I was thinking that it was going to basically build off of here. It literally came all the way down here. And if I had just waited for the candle to close, then I would have seen like, okay, we rejected, now we're ready to go. But instead it was like, okay, well, it wants to sell. But no, it didn't. I just had to wait. And then we end up rallying off for a pretty nice rally. So now it is coming into this gap. We'll see what it wants to do, if it wants to continue down, or whatever. So I'm looking at this low, all these lows that were broken. So basically, I mean, this is pretty irrelevant, but all this was broken, so it could be a pullback to fill this gap, and then we'll see the reaction that it gives when we fill this gap here, because that's a pretty big gap. So it'll come in here and do what it do. If it fails to break these highs, if we fail to break these highs and we start building back below 21, we start building back below 21,675, then yeah, then I'll be looking to take trades like so, because I've seen a setup like this before where it was just huge. So I'll be looking to take trades, you know, like whatever, like somewhere around here, and then hopefully bring it as far as it wants to go. As far as it wants to go. We'll see. Not sure exactly what's gonna happen. I got a new 50K Top Step account, so we're gonna see how I can pass it. It's already the first day and I've lost $500 on it. So I'm going aggressive with these because the whole point is to change my life. They're $50. I'm working anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. But I'm gonna get the payout, and when I get the payout, that's when I know that I am consistently profitable. I am consistently profitable. My strategy is profitable, and my strategy is consistent. But it's really me and executing on the strategy that needs to be more consistent. So I need to really have the balls to execute, to risk, and to actually make money off of what I already know works, and it's gonna happen.